Alright guys, so Rockstar Games made a massive announcement today. They've announced that there's going to be a new GTA, so let's read the statement. With the unprecedented longevity of GTA 5, we know many of you have been asking us about a new entry in the Grand Theft Auto series. With every new project we embark on, our goal is always to significantly move beyond what we have previously delivered. And we are pleased to confirm that active development for the next entry in the Grand Theft Auto series is well underway. We look forward to sharing more as soon as we are ready, so please stay tuned to the Rockstar Newswire for official details. On behalf of our entire team, we thank you all for your support and cannot wait to step into the future with you. So that's the statement from Rockstar Games. So you may have noticed that they didn't mention the number 6. So we don't know if this is going to be called GTA 6. It may or may not be. So this article from Forbes, Rockstar confirms GTA 6 in inverted commas with a potential catch. So the catch he's referring to is just basically that it may not be called GTA 6. It could be called something else. Now that's not a really big deal, but the big deal is that there is going to be a new GTA. It's going to be a main game. It's not going to be like an expansion pack or whatever. It's going to be GTA 6 or some equivalent to 6. And this is a long time in the making. People have been wondering when the next GTA game is going to come out. We've been waiting a long time. GTA 5 was released in 2013. And going back to their statement, I mean, it doesn't reveal that much. I'm trying to see if there's any clues into what we can expect, but they just say we cannot wait to step into the future. So that to me sounds like it's, gonna be a brand new game. Our goal is always to significantly move beyond what we have previously delivered. That's kind of an ambitious statement right there. Let's see how that pans out. GTA 5 was a fantastic game. It got delayed, and it got delayed for good reason. It wasn't quite finished yet. So when it did get released, it was in really good condition. There was very few bugs and the game ran very well, and the single player mode was fantastic. And then they went online, and that's when things kind of went a bit pear-shaped. They just cashed in big time, and people bought these shark cards, and they milked GTA 5 online for all it was worth, and people weren't happy with that, and people wanted a new GTA game, or at the very least some expansion packs to GTA 5 like they had for GTA 4. So let's have a look here at the history of the GTA games. 1997, the first one, Grand Theft Auto, and just 2 years later, Grand Theft Auto 2 came out. These were both two-dimensional games, and in 2001, just 2 years after GTA 2, GTA 3 came out. And this was a huge upgrade on the original games because this was the first 3D game, and this game was revolutionary when it came out. If you look at the game now, it looks a bit dated and stuff, but believe me, this game was a huge deal when it came out. This was revolutionary. And just a year after that, GTA Vice City came out. This is my favorite GTA game, and it's a favorite among a lot of people, and a lot of people have been looking for a Vice City remake, or they want a brand new game based in Vice City. And who knows, maybe the next GTA will be based in Vice City again. But look at the year. It was released just a year after GTA 3. And then just 2 years after Vice City, we had San Andreas. Possibly the most ambitious game they've had yet. It was a huge map. It had 3 cities instead of just 1. That was a fantastic game. It had tons and tons of features not seen before. And then we had to wait 4 years for the next Grand Theft Auto. And this was on the next generation. This was on the PS3, Xbox 360. As opposed to the PS2 generation before that with 3 Vice City and San Andreas. And this game was a huge upgrade in terms of graphics, as you'd expect with the next generation of video game consoles. And again, it was very well received, played very well, very few issues technically. And then in 2013, 5 years later, we had GTA 5. So look at the timeline here. We have gaps of 2 years initially, then just 1 year to Vice City, then 2 years, and then 4 years. So we had the first pretty big gap here between San Andreas and 4, but people kind of accepted that because it was moving on to the next generation. And then 5 years later, we had to wait for Grand Theft Auto 5. And if you look at the generation this was on, the PS3. So you had 4 and 5 was on the PS3, and here's where a lot of people have the issue. We now have the PS5 and we're still waiting for GTA 6. We have skipped an entire generation for the next main Grand Theft Auto game. And another reason people weren't happy is because, like I mentioned, in GTA 4, they had 2 expansion packs. Both released in 2009, we had The Lost and Damned, and this is a really great expansion. You play the role of a biker in a biking gang, and you're up against a rival biking gang. Really fun game. A lot of motorcycle riding in this one. And then you had the Ballad of Gay Tony, where you play the main character is a Hispanic guy called Luis, and he is a bodyguard for this Gay Tony guy. And they were really fun expansion packs. I think they were about $30 when they came out, about half the price of a full game. And people loved these expansion packs. And people were hoping that GTA 5 would have something similar. And if rumors are true, this was the original plan, to have at least one expansion pack for GTA 5. But that got cancelled because GTA Online took over and started making tons of money. And a lot of people were just spending so much money on GTA Online, and they just made so much money off that. You can blame Rockstar, but a lot of it is down to the gamers paying all this money for GTA Online. And Rockstar, which is owned by Take-Two, they were like, well, we're in no rush to make the next GTA because we're making so much money from GTA Online, from GTA 5. So here is the Rockstar Games Twitter account, and again, more or less saying the same thing as the statement on their website. So let's have a look at some of the reactions to this. I had to laugh at this one because this guy is looking for a family-friendly option. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Some other guy likes that idea. Well, if it's family friendly, then it's not really GTA. This guy, GTA 6 gonna change gaming forever. Well, I don't know about that, but hopefully it'll be a good game. Dan Houser is gone, and we don't know if he had any involvement. Laszlo Jones is gone, and we don't know if he had any involvement. Sam Houser doesn't seem to care anymore. Strauss Zelnick is Strauss Zelnick. Well, that's a profound statement. The definitive edition was a giant disaster. So the definitive edition came out recently. It was the PS2 generation games, 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. These games were remastered, and it was a disaster. And I actually made a video making fun of this remaster. And this video I made also kind of made fun of the fact that we haven't had a main GTA game for a very long time. So will Rockstar make up for the time interval? We'll have to wait and see. How good will this game be, and how much focus will be on single player mode versus online mode? And this comment sums up a lot of people's opinion. The next GTA is already ready for a long time. The problem, Rockstar, they don't announce it because shark cards good. So these shark cards they sell in GTA Online, they've been making so much money off this that they're like, well, why should we bother making another GTA game? They must be really desperate going into investors' call, killed off Red Dead Online, released the cash grab GTA trilogy, and just have a lazy GTA 5 port in 2022. You wanted GTA 6 though? Yeah, that's underway. Let's vaguely tweet nothing about that. So this guy is very cynical, and honestly I don't blame him because Rockstar have been doing a lot of crappy things lately. Rockstar had a fantastic reputation up until like 4 or 5 years ago, and then I think the GTA Online just started the company going downhill. Cash grabs and poor releases and lots of time waiting for new games. So this guy says Rockstar Games owes you nothing. Just be grateful to make games for you to enjoy in the first place. I mean, this guy kind of has a point. Rockstar Games, they've produced some amazing games over the last 20 odd years, 25 years, and I had a lot of fun playing the GTA games and some other Rockstar games. And speaking of which, Bully, this is a game that people would love to see a sequel to. I played Bully and it was a great game. I had lots of fun playing that one. And there was very strong rumors that there was going to be, I think if I remember correctly, I read an interview from one of the top guys at Rockstar who hinted that there was going to be another Bully, but it doesn't seem to be happening. A lot of the replies to this tweet prove that Rockstar can do whatever they want and people will pretend like it never happened. Milk the same game for 8 years, focus entirely online, add literal gambling, release a barely functioning remaster, treat modders bad, and so on. So this guy is pointing out all the crappy things that Rockstar have been done. They've been banning mods, they've been adding literal gambling, and I think Rockstar, I know EA have been in trouble in some countries for having actual gambling, and Rockstar I think may have gotten into trouble as well. I can't confirm that right now, but literal gambling where you're spending money on something and you don't know what you're gonna get. these like loot boxes and stuff like that. So here's a positive comment. Red Dead Redemption 2 is still one of the leading games to date, with details still being found in 2022. We're going to be in for a ride with GTA 6. Take all the time needed. And this one here, I for one am disappointed. I was hoping to see GTA 5 released on the PS7. And Susie Hunter, I assume this is a woman. Please do a lady main character option. Now, I don't know if that would work. I mean, I'm open to that suggestion. Or maybe, like in GTA 5, have 3 main characters and have one of them a woman. That sounds fine to me. Delivering this just before my marriage is perfect. Thank you. I mean, this guy, is he comparing like getting married to like playing GTA? I mean, yeah, gaming can be fun and all that, but I mean, seriously. May I remind everyone that this is coming from the same company who ruined not one but 3 classic titles while also neglecting the online component of their second most popular IP. Take what is said here with a mountain of salt and keep your expectations low. So this guy is serious. He's not talking about a grain of salt or a pinch of salt. He's talking about a whole mountain of salt. And keep your expectations low. I that's the advice I give for any video game. Keep your expectations low because chances are you'll be disappointed. Please don't make us wait till 2025. So this brings up the whole issue of when will this game actually be released? So let's go back to the statement here. It says development for the next entry is well underway. So what does well underway mean? Does it mean they've made a pretty good start at it? Does it mean it's almost done? We're not sure. And this is where I'm gonna be positive and say that I think this game might actually be released before the end of this year, before the end of 2022. That's if everything goes according to plan. As I mentioned earlier, GTA 5 did get delayed by, I think it might have been 6-7 months. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're planning to have it released by Christmas of 2022, but it may get delayed by maybe 6 months, which would mean a release date roughly midway through 2023. So that would be my guess. Maybe summer of 2023. And here we go. This is one of the better memes I've seen. You've all seen this meme probably a million times. And here we go. 5 is old news now, and here we go. 6 is on the way. Here, this is the last comment I look at. With every new project, our goal is always to significantly move beyond what we've previously delivered. So that was their statement. That's the worst wording you could have used considering your latest project. And this refers to the trilogy remaster and how overall the games look pretty good. But when you look at the details, we see disasters like this one. So another huge question is going to be, where is the game going to be based? Is it going to be Liberty City, where GTA 3 was based, and also GTA 4? Is it going to be San Andreas, which was a state consisting of 3 cities, Los Santos, Las Venturas, and San Fierro? Or maybe it's just going to be Los Santos again, just like GTA 5, or Vice City? Now, is it going to be in a brand new location this time, or is it going to be one of these 3 places, Liberty City, Vice City, or San Andreas / Los Santos? We're going to have to wait and see. I think people, I don't know, they may want to see a brand new place. I think GTA, it's going to be set somewhere in the US. I mean, if you go back to the first 2 games, 1 and 2, like they were based in the US, but then you had these expansions, London 1969 and London 1961. I don't know much about this. I didn't really play the original 2 games, but this is kind of the only ones that are set outside the US. So I think it's going to be set in the US. I don't think they'll move beyond the US. So the only question is it going to be in a new city or one of the 3 other cities, or 5 if you include San Fierro and Las Venturas, which are San Francisco and Las Vegas, maybe Washington, D.C., Boston. Maybe you're going to have a region kind of like San Andreas was. Maybe you're going to have maybe the Northeast region where you'll have maybe Liberty City, which is New York, and maybe you'll have New York and Washington. So you're going to have like 2 major cities and surrounding areas. Maybe you're going to have 3 cities, maybe include Boston and that, Boston, New York, and Washington, D.C., who knows? Or maybe it'll be Vice City, which is Miami. Maybe you're going to have the state of Florida. Maybe Florida will be called something else. But in Vice City, they actually mention Florida in the radio stations. Florida is mentioned at least once. So that's going to be intriguing. That's going to be something people are going to speculate on, and we're going to see what happens. But that's it for now, guys. I'm going to keep you updated on this. If there's any breaking news on the next GTA, I'll try and get it out to you as soon as possible. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. I want to try and get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours as soon as possible. That'll enable me to put up posts on the channel, so I can bring you news as fast as possible without having to make a full video about it. So spread the word, guys. Leave a comment, like the video, and I'll see you guys later.